Earlier, when I introduced components, I mentioned they're reusable pieces of UI, but I never really showed you how to make them truly reusable. Let me address that now. Let's say we need to reuse our welcome component. Reusing a component is as simple as including it multiple times wherever you need it. Let's move it to the top and then duplicate it 2 more times. With your development server running in the terminal, take a look at the browser, and we see welcome Vishwas 3 times. Now, technically, this is reuse. We are using the same component multiple times. But it's not very useful reuse, is it? We're just repeating the exact same content. What we really want is to use the same component structure, but display different information each time. Welcome different people, show different products, display different user profiles. You get the idea. That is where props come in. Props is short for properties. Think of them as the way components talk to each other. A parent component can pass data down to its children through props. Here's the mental model. If React components are like JavaScript functions, which they are, then props are like the arguments you pass to those functions. Let me show you how this works. To pass data to our welcome components, we add attributes to them. Just like HTML elements have attributes, React components can have them too. We will specify a prop called name and set its value to the name of the person we want to welcome. On the first component, we will pass Bruce. The second, name, is equal to Clark. And on the third, name is equal to Diana. So each welcome component now receives a name prop. But how does the welcome component use that data? You see, every component in React automatically receives an object called props that contains all the attributes passed to it. Let me update our welcome component defined in welcome.jsx. I will add props as a parameter and log it to the console. Console.log props. In the browser, check the console, and you will see 3 objects, one for each component, containing the key name and the value of the person we passed as a prop: Bruce, Clark, and Diana. Now you will see the log statements twice for each component, but that has to do with React's strict mode. We'll cover that in more detail later in the course, but for now, just know that it's normal to see the log statements twice for each component. But as you can see, props is just a regular JavaScript object. To use the name prop, we access it like any object property. Let's update the welcome component to use the prop name instead of Vishwas. Remember, curly braces are how we embed JavaScript expressions in JSX. On the props object, we access the name prop. Save and check the browser. You can see we are now welcoming Bruce, Clark, and Diana. Same component, but different output based on the props we passed. Components can also receive multiple props. Let's add another prop called alias to our welcome component. Alias is equal to Batman, alias is equal to Superman, and alias is equal to Wonder Woman. Next, we will access them all through the props object in welcome.jsx. So welcome props.name, also known as curly braces, props.alias. When I save the file, VS Code with the prettier extension auto-formats the code. Check the browser, and you will see that each component now displays its unique information based on the props we pass. Welcome Bruce, aka Batman, Clark, aka Superman, and Diana, aka Wonder Woman. So far, we've only passed strings, but props aren't limited to that. You can pass any JavaScript value. Let me create a product component as an example. Within the source folder, create a new file, product.jsx. Here, export an arrow function called product that accepts props. For the JSX, render a div, and inside it, render an h3 and 3 paragraphs. The h3 will display the title prop, which is a string. props.title. The first paragraph will display the price prop, which is a number. So price, in dollars, props.price. The second paragraph will display whether the product is in stock based on the Boolean value of the in-stock prop. So in stock, curly braces. We check if props.instock is true. And if that is the case, we render the string yes. Otherwise, we render the string no. And the third paragraph will display the categories prop, which is an array of strings concatenated with a comma. So categories, curly braces, props.categories.join, and we specify comma. Now, let me show you how we pass different types of data to this product component. First, in app.jsx, let's import the product component and use it. Import product from ./product and invoke it within the app component. Now, let's pass the props to the product component. We will set title to the string gaming laptop. We will set price to the number $1299.99. In stock, we will set it to the Boolean value true, and categories is going to be equal to an array, and we're going to specify three values: electronics, computers, and gaming. I'll press Command S, and this will format the code. Please take note of the pattern when passing different types of data. Strings use quotes, so double quotes. Everything else use curly braces. Numbers, booleans, arrays, objects, even functions. If we save the file and check the browser, we'll see the product component displaying the data we passed. Gaming laptop, $1299.99. It's in stock in categories, electronics, computers, and gaming. Perfect. Now, you might have noticed we keep writing props.title, props.price, props.instock, and props.categories. Basically, props with dot notation everywhere. That gets repetitive fast. The recommended way to do this is to destructure the props object. Destructuring is a JavaScript feature that allows you to extract values from an object and assign them to a variable. Let me show you how to do this in a React component. When we specify the props in the parameter list, we can destructure the props right there. So from the props object, curly braces, we will extract the title, price, in stock, and categories. In the JSX, we can now reference all the props directly. There's no need of the object.notation. And this is also the pattern you will see most in React code. It's cleaner, easier to read, and you immediately know what props the component expects just by looking at the function signature. Let me quickly update the welcome component to use destructuring too. Curly braces. For object destructuring, we extract name and alias. We can remove the console log and props dot from the JSX. Take a look at the browser, refresh, and you will see both components rendering the JSX with the props we passed. Same result, but much cleaner code. That was a lot of information, so let me summarize what we've learned about props. Props are how components talk to each other. They're like the arguments to a function. They make components dynamic and truly reusable. You pass them when you invoke a component. You access them in the component using the props object. You can pass any JavaScript value, including functions, arrays, objects, and JSX. And finally, destructuring is a cleaner way to access props in React components.